Linda's first Pimp My Ukulele video and probably my last. I've got all the fixings ready. I bought a set of strap buttons or pins. They came with these extremely long screws, which, to be fair, I'm a little bit concerned about the length of the screws, so I've found some backup screws which are a bit shorter and fatter. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try with the skinny screw first, because you can always add to the hole that you've made that you can't take away. Now I've made some little rubber washers that I'm going to put underneath these. I just basically put them on a bit of tire tube and cut around them, hopefully just to soften any sort of digging into the curve of the ukulele. I have my Makita power tool, because you know, what woman doesn't have a decent power drill, and set of everything else that I need. Don't think I'll be wearing the safety glasses today, because fairly minuscule holes will be being drilled. And I've set one of the pins up inside the new strap that I've bought, just to see how I want to make this angle, which is pretty interesting actually, but I think I'll just sort of pop it under there and see how it goes. Some people do it off that bottom piece there. I'm debating that. Anyway, I'm going to put the camera down and, well, when I say camera I mean phone, and see how we go from there. Hopefully you'll be able to see everything as I do it if I just prop this up here. Right, I think I will just drill slightly into that angle there. This is about the medium point where the ukulele balances, so that's kind of why I've picked there. And I think the screw will go through because it sits back a little bit on this. Now what I haven't done is made a wee hole in the rubbery bits, so I will just put that down on the center and stick the screw in. Which should mean it will just screw itself through the hole. Now I've picked a drill bit which is marginally smaller than the screw, because you're drilling a pilot hole, you're not drilling a hole big enough to slide the screw in, otherwise it's got nothing to grip to. And normally you'd measure how deep you need the screw to be, and when it's screwed inside this here, you kind of need your hole about that deep there, and then I will mark that with a pen or a pin or a pen, as you say in the UK, but I say a pen, so I can see that as I'm drilling. This is going to go fairly deep into this neck, so I might bring it up a little bit. And I might just bring it back off that sharp curve a little bit. Now what was interesting there is I felt, you saw me pull it out fairly quickly, I think that neck is hollow. I felt it just fire through at a great rate of knots, so I pulled it out fairly quickly, but hey, we're in now. We'll see how that goes. Now I'm going to screw this through the button that I've already put on the strap, because it's really hard to get the strap over the wider part of the button, so I'm going for everything's going in now. Right, there is no hole there, so I've just made one, and it's a little bit off center, but hey. Now, my handy screwdriver. Now, in a lot of videos, they will somehow speed this up so you don't have to watch the entire screwing mechanism, but I don't have that facility here, so you're just going to have to watch me screw it in slowly. Still a wee way to go there. In fact, I don't even know why I'm doing this so gently. It's because I do have a drill here, which I can pop this in, set the tension really low because I don't want to over tighten it, and just, and then when it gets close to being on, I will tighten it by hand. That seems pretty firm to me. One. Oh. Now if you look, it's not particularly well placed because of the curve of the neck. I might have another look at that. But let's do the other end. Now, all the videos I saw, because these are very, very thin, you need to make sure that your ukulele has got a wooden block in the center area here to give your screw something to purchase in. Now, in this one, I am going to use the shorter screw because I know the block is very thin, and I don't want the screw hanging out into the sound box an awful lot. I'm not sure if it would make any difference, but I'm going to use the slightly thicker screw. So I'm going to use a slightly thicker drill bit. And I might make a decent hole in my handmade washer. Right, I've already measured this and put a mark in the center, and because of the join of the inlay of the wood, you can very easily see the center this way. They do say to put a bit of masking tape over this to protect the surface of the wood, but this doesn't have a high gloss varnish or anything like that, and I'm pretty sure the drill is sharp enough not to damage the wood, so I'm not going to do that. One thing I will do though is just make a wee starter hole with a pin, which will stop my drill moving around too much. In fact, that's probably a good reason to have the tape on there, because that will also stop your drill skidding about. But hey, I'm going to risk it really slowly. Actually, that feels fairly firm. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use the slightly smaller drill bit. If I hear it cracking when I'm screwing it in, I'll re-drill a slightly larger pilot hole. But I think I'd rather go smaller first. Okay. And again, I felt that just go into the hollow as I got to the top of the depth that I wanted to use. So, here's my little knife. Very difficult to get a little hole in the middle of a rubber washer that's handmade, but we'll see how we go. Are you still there? Well, I do hope that you're actually seeing this, because it's a bit of a... I don't even have a tripod. So I'm just hoping that this works. Do you know what? I'll go with the longer screw. Hope I can get this a bit more on the center this time. Yeah, that looks good. I'll do something manually when you can do it with a machine. It's all a bit wobbly. Alright, got it close. Sorry, baby, been a bit rough with you. Okay, that's quite firm, but not too tight. Okay, so that actually looks really smart. It's really firm. I'm really wrapped with that. Not so keen on this one here, but we'll see how it goes. So now I need to, oops, do not leave your knife out at home. So let's get this around the right way. Oh, now that's actually on a ukulele. It is, well, it still takes a bit of yanking to get over. Trying to be a little bit subtle. Whoa, we're on. Not sure if you can see that, but I'm in. Look, Ma, no hands.